Okay, hi folks. We'll get started then. I think everyone who's joining has already joined. So thank you very much for taking the time out today to join the webinar, which will be on our new ordering system, which we've developed into Nutritics as a new solution to help with remote ordering, click and collect, and delivery as well. So it should be very valuable, particularly with the current COVID situation. Especially if you're already using Nutritics, it's a very quick and easy adaptation of what we have now. So we'll go through first of all with just an overview of the data flow, how it all fits together before we actually go into the specific screens on the ordering system. If you do have any questions, you can write them in the chat during the presentation and we'll get to them at the end, or you can ask them at the end. I'll unmute everybody at the end and we can just have a discussion. It's a small enough group on this occasion, so we can just if everyone's happy to open up the mics, we can do that. So yes, just to give you a quick background on Nutritics as well. So we're all about making food information more reliable, more accessible to whoever needs information on that food, and more valuable for those who engage with the platform. So whether you're in food service or in healthcare, working with patients or serving food to customers, we ultimately want to be able to inform the end user, the end consumer, and the user of the platform about the food information and provide that extra knowledge through our systems. So I think that we can certainly do that in many respects, and this adds another layer to it. So we work with a lot of varied different brands across food service, from contract caterers to small independent restaurants and cafes, to elite sport for managing athlete nutrition, and then the healthcare side, where it would be more so for patient management and teaching as well. So we work a lot in universities as well. So that's a quick background on Nutritics. The actual menu system that we've built. So that for those of you who use Nutritics already, you'll be familiar with some of the functionality, but we'll just go through kind of how it all fits together in this, just for people who may be on the call that don't use Nutritics right now, or they're very new to Nutritics. So what this model will just expand out as to explain how the menu ordering system fits together with Nutritics now. So the start of the journey here is the food supplier data, which you may or may not have connected to your account right now, but we do have a live feed to over, I think it's nearly 400 manufacturers and suppliers who contribute data into a portal that's QA checked and fed into the Nutritics database, where you can then search for those food items and build up your recipes to get back your cost assessment, nutrition, allergens, and then combine your recipes then into menus. So that's kind of what a lot of you would be doing now. Some of you may have already built, if you're using our menu tool, you may have built out menu cycles or menu displays, either in Nutritics, or you've printed them out or made a digital interactive display, which is something like this. You can make an interactive menu. So if you haven't done that, this is what you need to kind of know about, because that's what the ordering system has been built on the back of. So we've adapted this display here to take orders and send them back to the kitchen. So your recipes are managed here. The nice thing about this is that it's all live information. So you're getting real-time updates from suppliers and from our own managed data sources. And when the food information changes, you get notified and you can opt in to take those foods on board once you've used up current stock. And that updates all your recipes automatically, recalculates all your costs and allergens, and it updates your menus in real time as well. So you've no versioning issues, everything's synced in one kind of source of truth essentially, and you don't have to worry about printing paper and people using the wrong information at the wrong time. So it's always live and available. So on this digital ordering system, there is actually another element to it, which is our own smartphone app. So the customers can essentially submit now orders through their own smartphones, through tablets that, if you've got table service, that your waiting staff would take the orders on instead of taking them on a docket, or on kiosks that are in store. Or you can put a web URL on your website, or you can use a QR code as well, the little square barcodes. So, and the customers can scan them with their own mobiles and then have your menu in their pocket at all times. So it's a nice way to do it. It's completely web. It's just a web URL, so it works on any existing hardware. You can put it on your website today, and it'll function. And you can put it on any existing device, like an iPad or Android tablet or laptop or PC that has access to the internet. So that's the good news. The other part is that people that use our consumers that use our Libro smartphone app, which is a lifestyle tracking tool like for sleep and nutrition and exercise, when you have the option within the system to publish your menus to the app, and when the individual is within 5 kilometers of your location, it will pop up as a prompt. You know, there's food available nearby that suits your nutrition and allergen requirements. Would you like to see the menu? And they can actually order from your menu before they come and get it. So it's just an extra bonus that you've got the option to publish to our consumer base here through the app. So that happens automatically when you check a box in the account, which we'll go through in a minute. So once you've received your orders, which I'm going to show you this screen in more detail, screen 5 here. That's what the bulk of the time will be used up on. The orders get aggregated down to a new display that we have in the kitchen. So it's again, it looks very much like your Nutritics account, but it's a separate login and really touch optimized for receiving the orders. And all the orders come in real time, and you can filter them. You can look up cooking instructions on an item. You can cross them off, and you can then print your labels. If you want to print a docket, you can print a docket that's actually going to be going out at the end of July. So right now it is a paperless experience from start to finish. So you know, this is a digital order and a digital docket in the kitchen, but we do have a print button on there that will let you print the dockets out as well, if that's the preferred way to do it. And then that information can go to the customer either on the docket, or it can come back to their smartphone as well if you want to let them scan a QR code on the label, or send to their phone digitally as well. It's all possible through the platform. So the next step, I'm going to show you. So this is the simplified view, I suppose. It's showing you very customers. This is the menu. They click on your menu, they click an item they want to see, they get all the information to inform their choices, which you can customize if they want to see allergens, if they want to see calories, detailed nutrition, full ingredient lists, nutrition claims, whatever it is that you want. You can click on through Nutritics. That's the benefit of having the recipe analysis system behind the menu. You know, it's all done for you in the background, and then it comes through to the kitchen dashboard here, which we'll go into in more detail. These are your virtual dockets. So you've got your aggregated view and then each docket individually. And then essentially you print them, or the customer may be in store as well, and they can pick up the dockets. So I'll leave the slides for now. We'll go to these 2 displays here and talk you through how they operate together. So I'll just go into the actual demo account now. So I'm in my Nutritics account, kind of presuming that you guys are familiar enough with this interface and layout. So your recipes are listed here that are in your account already. And I will say that the menus they're quite visual, so they do look a lot better when you put a recipe photo on your items, if you can get like a photo that represents it, or actually take the photographs, because the menu becomes quite a visual tool as well to promote the products. So these are the recipes that I previously made. The menus are formed in Nutritics in this folder view here. We can click Start, New Menu. But I've already got menus created, so I'm just going to go find them. So they're in this folder, My Menus, and then you've got these groups of menus. So if you're in the contract catering space, you might, or serving workplaces, you know, you might have weekly menu cycles. It's used a lot in a healthcare environment as well, where we'd operate. So you could build up your menu cycles, 4-week menu cycle, Monday to Sunday. You know, you've got all your menus laid out. For the purpose of this, I'm just going to use a kind of more a la carte style. Actually, it's called a la carte. So just a simple menu where you've got breakfast, lunch, dinner options, and you'd order from, you know, from the menu that way. As you can see, this is more for food service high street food service operators. You could have an early bird menu, Sunday specials, lunch and brunch, you know, the a la carte standard menu, and a grab and go selection as well. So you can just build as many menus as you like within this account here, so you can keep building them out. And to build a menu, all you do is drag and drop your recipes onto the menu panel here. So you just literally take an item and pull it across. I actually might put a few more lunches on. So for example, like we don't have any salady type items here on lunch, so I can go and find one being summer and all in my groups. So these are just my menu groups that I've set up. On their tags that are on the recipe level. Okay, so there's some nice looking salads. I'm going to grab one of them. So you drag that onto the menu. It comes up with the different serving options that are available for this. So we've got one serving at 250 grams. Put that on the menu, and I want my capri salad as well. And one starter portion, one main course. Okay, so let's just do the main course for the a la carte. And it puts it on the menu then. So this is a useful tool in itself, in that it's a reporting dashboard. Essentially, you can do a lot with this for your back of house information before we even talk about menu ordering. So for example, here you can see we've got our sale prices set that will appear on the menu. Here you've got the cost of ingredients and labor and packaging, which are all calculated on the recipe level. So you've got the cost and the sale price. I've actually turned off we do have a recommended retail price on there as well, which would give you an indicative price to sell it at based on your profit margin and tax rate or VAT rate. So I'll just turn that on actually. So in here you can control exactly what you see. So it'll probably be in here. Recommended retail. Okay, and I can turn on my gross profit on each dish. So this tool in itself is quite useful as a back of house menu manager. Essentially, this is our menu management system. So you can see the cost of the food, the recommended retail based on your margin and everything else factored in, labor and transport. And then, okay, so the recommended retail is $3.14. I've decided to sell at a premium price point at $5.99, which is fine. You might do others as loss leaders, or we're only making a couple of cents, 7 cents on the banana smoothie. So there's things that may need to be optimized just at a view. You can control your costs. These costs aren't updated down here, but we can set them. So just by going. Okay, so straightforward. The other thing you can do in this view is you can just eyeball the menu to see if you've got options to cater for everyone. So okay, I don't have any vegetarian options on my menu according to this because I haven't selected a BLT, obviously not, banana smoothie probably. So these are feeding back to the menu. This will be on the recipe level as well, but it's not currently tagged. So you can tag these on apple breakfast. So these are all actually suitable for vegetarians. So you can kind of manage the menu that way. You can do that for allergens as well, just by turning them on in the list. And then you can do things like look at energy and nutrition, look at popularity of the dish, and do predictive based calculations, that type of thing. So that's all just a tool for your information. It's there. It's not the main thing we're here to talk about. Yeah, but you can export that to Excel in various different views. The nice part is that once you've done your recipe developments and dragged them into the menus, that's all the hard work done towards the ordering piece, because this is automatically building your recipe. This is automatically building your menu ordering dashboard in the background. So you can see up the top here, I've got one live digital menu from this. And when I click on that, it's taking everything that's on that screen and it's showing me how it looks on the digital ordering side. So you can see exactly your menu in a kind of nice visual representation as the customer would see it. So you can then start ordering from this straight away. So this could be on your website. It's just a URL up here. It's just a web link. It could be on your own website. It could be accessed from a barcode, a QR code that they scan. Or it could be like if you had the hardware, like a tablet or something in-house, you could use that as well, or even a smartphone. So you can take the orders that way. So the nice thing about it, when you click on it, you get lots of extra information. So you see the photo, you see the nutrition information, calories, and we've got the front of pack label and the ingredient list turned on at the moment. So some of that's useful for you in the UK, for example. With Natasha's Law next year, there's a requirement to actually show the full ingredient list for every item that you sell. So it's quite a challenge, but this does it automatically from your recipe ingredient lists. So it's very useful. We can also show icons. I'm just going to go back because some of the settings here aren't exactly as I wanted them. So I can go back to my menu here, click on the settings toggle, and then I can say, like, I want to show my prices on the menu. Calories, yes, please. I don't want to show kilojoules because they're confusing. So some in Australia, and that they use kilojoules. Show allergens, yes please. And then you can change the theme and layout and look and feel of it from here. So it's kind of like very customizable. You can say how many items you want on a line. Let's do 4. You can have a disclaimer on your menu. So, you know, our kitchen's very busy. May contain any allergen. Please ask your server if you've got a severe allergen, and we'll accommodate it if we can. So you can customize that disclaimer. And so I'm just going to update those fields for now, and then I'm just going to read out my menu. Okay, so now when I click on the item, I've got the allergens coming up here front and center, and the rest is pretty much the same actually. On this one, you'll see we've got nutrition claims. So Nutritics will also automatically calculate the claims that are applicable under kind of EU regs. So it does it for you. If you want to turn them on, you can, and it only lets you turn them on if they're compliant with the regs. So it's a very easy way to make new marketing claims around products. You know, high in fiber, rich in source of vitamin D or something like that. So the actual ordering piece is the way. Oh, I've actually turned it off. Sorry. Someone's messing my settings in here now, messing me around. So back to my settings. I'll turn on the back of pack label as well. Ordering. So enable orders. So in here you'd set which type of orders you take and the times that those orders are permissible essentially. So if you do a collection service, what times can you actually order to collect and what time should be cut off and everything else. So it's all managed through here. If you've got table service, you can set up your tables. If you've got waiting staff, you can set up your staff to take orders with a PIN number that you can identify them with, and they do all the back and forth. But right now I'm just going to do takeaway orders, and I'm going to take surnames, so kind of like the Starbucks model, I suppose, where you're in store and you say grab and go kind of style. And we'll do, let's do delivery orders as well. And then the default type we'll just say is takeaway. Okay, so with delivery, we're going to need to take their address as well. So there's a bit of info to fill in here at the point of, I might just do names actually for now. Okay, let's just do names. We don't have a delivery service like a lot of the big players in this space. This is more, it's a lighter touch, I suppose, in that respect. But you'd have your own delivery services, and these other options are available. So otherwise, in here, I'll just, the publishing settings, that's fine, and it just lets you add a PIN number, which we don't need to in this scenario, it's just for the demo. And sharing will let you have access to all the bits that you need for putting this menu on your website, or a QR code for your menus. You can just print that out and put it on your existing menus and enable all this functionality. Excuse me. So coming back now, I just need to apply those changes. And third time's the charm, I'll just refresh my menu. So now I can actually start submitting orders. So when I come in here, I'm going to order that BLT I've had my eye on for a while. So add to order. We'll have one of those, please. Any notes, you can add in any notes you wish. It comes into your basket down below. You've got a due time, which you can set up in the settings as well as having blocks. You can say, you know, to avoid a lunchtime rush, you can have only 10 slots available at each 15-minute interval, for example, so that you won't be totally overwhelmed. It'll automatically push the collection time back based on busyness. So I'll put in 2 items here, just for argument's sake. Order now, first name. Okay, let's just submit that. So these are for kind of click and collect orders, so it's in-store ordering. So that's fine. You've got these filters up here, which are based on your menu groups that we built on the other menu. These headings here, just for completeness, which you can change and customize as you want. And they just act as filters for the customer to come in and see, okay, what can I get for dinner? I'm going to go for chicken cashew, looks good. It's $10.95. I'm going to say extra cashew nuts. And just to, yeah, this doesn't affect the cost or the nutrition or the allergens right now. So it's just a nice, free, simple text box that you can pop in if you need any customizations. And for dessert, I'm going to go for some, let's start Libro cake, Rocky Road, let's say. Okay, so the payments here at this point, I know I'm submitting orders without paying at the moment. It's because I haven't connected my account to Stripe or to our payment services. So it's in the menu in here. So in the ordering section, you've got the option to connect with Stripe here. and we handle all the payments and pass them back through to you. So it's you have a dashboard where you can check out payments and see the value of all transactions and everything else. So that's how that works. For the purpose of this, it just slow things down, so I've disabled it. Okay, I'll put in a couple other items. So the other thing that you can do with the menus is, if the customer has allergens, they can set them up here. So if they say, like, I want something that's high in protein or free of celery and free of, let's say, sesame, when they apply those filters, it will remove anything that isn't suitable for them. And then they know, they can't actually order. It just saves time with staff, going back and forth to the kitchen and just having that peace of mind that, the customer self-selected it, and, it's screened away items that aren't suitable. So we'll submit one of those now. Let's say we want 2 of those. Let's put it through like that. Damian O'Kelly's in here. Let's put it here on. Okay. So that's how you submit orders. This can be used on mobile or any touchscreen, or I'm on my laptop here, so it can be used on a laptop as well if you really want. But how these come through to the kitchen then, we're back in our Nutritics environment here. In the same tab where we have menus, we've got the option to see all of our orders. So this is going to be a bespoke login. So they wouldn't have access necessarily to your recipes or actual even the menus, but they just see this as a separate dashboard where you've got all the items coming through in real time. So as part of the setup that we do with you, we customize the views that you have. If you've got different kitchens that handle different types of food or different areas of the kitchen, the views can be split up accordingly. Like if you've got a sandwiches section and a dessert section, that goes to that area, and the hot food goes to the central kitchen. That's all customizable from here. So the way it works then, this gray is just a summary of the current meals time service, where everything's aggregated. You can see exactly what you need to do within a set time frame. So within the next hour, at the moment it's on next 24 hours, so it's just all orders today, but you can customize that. And then you can just see each individual docket down here that comes in. We've got a takeaway order. We don't have any table service on, so you'd see a table number if there was. And you can see the actual what's been requested. So it's fairly straightforward. You can do a nice thing here. You can click on from the summary view. You can click and it will show you where the barley pumpkin salads are requested from. So it's one for takeaway, one for we don't have a table, but one for Kieran and one for Hannah. Hannah has a peanut allergen and it's vegetarian, and Kieran has a celery allergen and a sesame. We don't really need to worry about those things because we know that they couldn't have ordered without selecting the filters first, and we know these dishes then can't have those items in it. It's more for cross-contamination in the kitchen issue. So if you know that someone at a table has a gluten allergen, you may need to take extra precautions in preparing the other food around that meal. So that's the filtering. You can then cross off as you go. You can knock off items off the list. You can also long press or right click to see prep instructions. So we need pumpkin salad for 2. It gives you the stock that you need to go and get from the kitchen or the fridge. It gives you, and you can scale that up for as many as you want. You can add in the prep instructions so that you've got consistency across different chefs and different locations, or across the whole brand if you're franchised or a bigger business. So, and you can put in photographs in here with each step, and even video links, so they can be, if there's a new chef in, it's very quick to get them up to speed if they need a refresher on how to prep this item. So that's useful in itself. And the scaling. So then once the items are done, you can set the status here, and we're able to have actions based on this. We can send an SMS back to the customer. So these are we can program these on a bespoke basis. So you'd have whether it's packed and ready, or it's ready for collection. And when you do that, it sends them a text to say it's ready, come and get it. That's all available here, and you can also print the docket from here as well. So if you prefer to have a printed view, that's actually disabled at the moment, but it will be functional from July, towards the end of July. So it'll print out the docket and you can use it as a receipt. So that is most of this. That's pretty much the system whirlwind tour of it. Are there any initial questions that people would like to ask? Are there any coming through chats? I'll just have a quick look into chats. No questions. Okay, so one question that a lot of people would have is around the costs. So this is actually available at no charge until November. So we've got up to October for completely free. There will be some card fees, which are depending on your location. It's in Europe anyway, and the UK it will be 25 cents plus 1.4% of the order, which is the total amount. It's similar to the Visa and MasterCard fees anyway. I think it's a tiny bit higher. And then from November onwards, our fee is 25 cents per order. So it's just nice and simple. We'll be on that as well. So it's a relatively low cost, and a very low cost actually, comparatively, and very usable platform, especially if you've got your recipes developed and it's just a case of building up your menus and click and go on it essentially. So are there any other questions that people would like to ask at this stage? I'll just unmute everyone. I think I unmuted everyone today.
Hi, my name's Liam Mostello. How are you?
Hi, how are you? Good, thanks.
Good. The only question that I will have, and I missed the very beginning because I was in another meeting, is what would the training procedures be if one should use this program? Like, what is the education piece?
Yes.
For users?
Yeah, good question. So we've a full onboarding pack that comes with the system. So we would roll that out with we'd make sure your recipes are set up as you want, your menus are built as you want, you've got your staff, if that's relevant, and your tables set up, and then we do the training with your staff. We look for one kind of key person to do the more technical bits, like adding tables, and you can train staff from there. But we also do an hour-long session with all the staff who will be taking orders to just show them how to take an order effectively, type in their PIN number, how to edit an order, how to make changes that way. So just exactly what they need to know, and nothing extra. The extras we'll teach separately as part of the pack as well. So okay.
And there's no charge to the in-servicing and onboarding piece, correct?
It's in, sorry, I didn't mention that this add-on to your Nutritics account, because it's not a standard upgrade. It's okay. It's €25 per month for the platform,
right?
And if you commit to that for the year, the training is free. So okay. That's included. Yeah. So it's €25 per month, and 25 cents per order thereafter.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Thanks for your question.
You're welcome.
Do many people have their does anyone use the menu, like this digital menu system now, without the ordering piece? Because this is actually currently available, but there's no add to order button. So we've just kind of built out that. Does anyone use the interactive menus now? If so, it's a very quick win to get the ordering live. No. But the first step would be actually just having your recipes organized as well. So making sure that you've got your recipes built up. You know, we can connect you with supplier information or from our global database. Build up your foods. You know, if you want your cost calculation done, you can upload a cost file. Allergens are automatically coming in from the ingredients that you set, and then you've got your ingredient list and any cooking instructions and that. So to get all that organized is the first step of the onboarding. Adding photographs is a nice touch as well, so that there are nice visual menus, and adding different portion size options as well. If you've got, you know, a starter and main course serving, or a small, medium, large, you can customize all of that before you build your menus out. I'm trying to think of something else I need to go through, but I don't think there is really. the settings are, yeah, if you do use the menus already now, you'll see that there's an option to opt into our beta channel right now, because this whole release isn't going out until next, it's actually going out in 5 days time, so next Tuesday. But you can opt into beta and access some of the menu tools now, this new look and feel, as well as if anyone manages patients or works with as a nutritionist, you've got a whole new set of functionality on the other side of the platform as well. So these are all new menu settings. You can control your menu look and feel. The ordering piece won't exist until you've added on the actual €25 per month package, and then we can commence through onboarding. So great. Okay. Any other questions or anything that people would like to know or understand further? From experience, the other question that we get a lot is, can we connect with our own point of sale system or our own bank accounts or something like that? We've partnered exclusively with Stripe for the initial stage, and so all payments will be processed through them initially and passed through. So at the moment we can't integrate with other third-party point of sale systems or anything else. We do have an API, so if it's something that you need, it can be connected on your side if you have a development team or a web team that would connect them. But because we've been developing this at some pace with coronavirus, we've kept it to one provider for the moment. So there's a couple of questions here. Oh, sorry, that was actually the question. Sorry, I just saw your question there, so I've kind of answered it. And Wayne, yes, sorry, we are actually, Wayne, it's disabled right now, but we have a 180-day order history that comes into it's actually, we just switched it off because we're about to go live on the 30th, and it's not, it doesn't have all the stats and metrics that we wanted to include in there, so we just turned it off for right now, so it's off for the demo. But there's an order history here that goes back 180 days, and you can see everything. You can do reporting from there. It's similar to this type of view, and you can customize what you see, like set dates or times or meals. You can look at popular menu items and that type of thing. So there's this setting in here. I'm glad you asked this question, because I totally neglected it. Enable interaction tracking, where you can actually get stats on what items are popular at different times of the day. You know, what items are being looked at and then not ordered, so they may not be the best items to have on your menu for that service. So you get that type of information, where the orders are coming from. Are they coming from mobile or tablet? Are the customers at home or in store? So that would all be part of this dashboard here that we've hidden from now. But yes, it will be there for 180-day history, and then we have to delete them at that point. So it's very useful in a healthcare environment as well. I don't know if we've got any from a healthcare environment in the call. I think we probably do. Yeah, I think we do. Yeah. Oh, Sally's here. Sally. So we've got yeah. What was I saying? Yeah. So it would track like the patient's history when they're in their stay, and all the nutrition will be attached to the reports or their medical record if you want. So it's a good auditing tool in that regard. Okay, so any other questions, guys? Or we can let you all go back to work, otherwise don't take up too much more of your time. We do have the recording, so if anyone, I think we'll be sending it out. We will be sending it out as a resource as well, if you want to look back over anything. And if you need to get in touch with us at all about the system, you can email us at support@nutritics.com, and we'll point you in the right direction if you want to get started or add it onto your account. Either you can email the same address. All right. Thanks, Sally. See you guys later. Bye. All the best.